Good morning, dear students. I have provided you the notes regarding the cell wall, and I do believe that you might have studied that. So, today's session is for cell wall. सेल वॉल क्या है? आपको सभी को पता है कि बॉटनी में आप पढ़ रहे हैं सेल बायोलॉजी, तो ऑब्वियसली आपको ये पर्टिकुलर स्ट्रक्चर देखने को मिलेगी सेल के बाहरी साइड पे. So what is the location or position of the cell wall? These are the two different cells. You could see the rectangular and blunt ended cells. So if you go to closer view of this figure, the figure shows cell wall, different layers of cell walls. So if we talk about the cell wall, the position immediately, the position of cell wall could be imagined at the outermost surface of the cell, and this gives the protection and rigidity and shape to the plant cell. So these are the cells. If you see the closer view of the cell, we are having the middle lamella. You could see middle lamella as the outermost boundary. This middle lamella is as the cementing layer because it links the two cells laterally, either in this direction or in this direction. So middle lamella is the outermost cementing layer between the two cells. You could see this. So inner to middle lamella we are having the cell wall, and each cell wall is made up of three layers. The primary, outermost primary, you could see the primary wall, and inner to it is secondary wall. 1, 2, 3 layered. S1, S2, S3. These three layers are the part of secondary wall layer, and inner to it is the third is the tertiary wall layer, and the last limiting boundary uh, towards the outer side of the protoplasm is the plasma membrane. So we could see that the middle lamella is the cementing material present between the two lateral cells. Inner to it is cell wall is made up of three different layers. Primary wall layer, the outermost, present in almost all cells, and even in certain fruit cells only middle lamella and primary wall is present. S1, S2, S3, which are the part of secondary wall layer, could be seen as a secondary wall layer in certain specialized cells, and tertiary wall layer is the outermost deposited dried layer of the cytoplasm outer to the plasma membrane. So you might have studied the material of the cell wall. Actually, this text is describing the cell wall, its structure, and its different layers. So, each cell made up of boundary or limiting, or each cell is having a boundary or limiting layer which is either living or non-living. In plants, and cells have a definite rigid non-living. This is the characteristic feature of the cell wall, that is this is non-living. So plasma membrane is living, selective, permeable, and outer to it the cell wall is non-living, made up of these three different layers. May have either primary or secondary or tertiary or all. So this is the non-living envelope, which while in animal cells have a very thin elastic living plasma lemma or plasma membrane or cell membrane. Plasma membrane is also in plant cells and bacteria between cytoplasm and cell wall. So cell wall is made up of non-living. This is the characteristic feature that this is non-living. हमेशा आपसे क्वेश्चन पूछा जाता है कि what is the nature of the cell wall and plasma membrane. So you will answer that the nature of cell wall is non-living and this is secreted by the cytoplasm. So what is cell wall? Cell wall is made up of non-living matter secreted by cytoplasm. It may be thin or thick, smooth or rough, very thin in parenchymatous tissue and thickest in the xylem vessels. So this is the characteristic feature that you have to always keep in mind during your viva or any exam, that you have to take answer that the nature of cell wall is semi-permeable, non-semi-permeable, living or non-living. So this is the non-living. Mostly it is composed of cellulose, hemicellulose, pectin and protein along with lignin, suberin, waxes, salts and fatty acids. This is the nature of the cell wall. In bacterial cell wall, बैक्टीरिया की सेल वॉल की हमेशा हम बात करते हैं कि डिपेंडिंग ऑन द नेचर ऑफ द बैक्टीरियल सेल वॉल, द cell wall could be categorized into gram positive and gram negative. So definitely there should be certain chemical substance present in the bacterial cell wall that shows its reaction to the gram staining, and depending on the reaction to the gram staining, the bacterial cell wall could be categorized into the gram positive and gram negative. So bacterial cell wall has protein lipid polysaccharide complex where main polysaccharide has two amino sugars, N-acetyl glucosamine and N-acetylmuramic acids, and depending on the its nature of presence, depending the percentage of lipid and these chemical substances where the stain of the gram staining technique is impregnated and totally being guided by the presence of lipid content, the cell of the bacterial cell could be categorized into two categories, the gram positive and the gram negative. Gram positive cell which shows the staining to the gram stain and appears purple in color under microscope, while gram negative bacterial cell which loses the gram stain after the entire procedure of the gram staining, and that is known as gram negative cell. So this is the gram staining technique that could be asked in your exam, that describe the type of cells, bacterial cells on the basis of gram staining technique, and what is the thing that governs the categorization of the bacterial cell into gram positive and gram negative cells. So you should always keep in mind the composition of cell wall, the percentage of the lipid in order to describe the nature and procedure of the gram staining technique to categorize the cells into gram positive and gram negative respectively. When we see fungi, the cell wall shows the chitin, presence of chitin. And when we discuss the structure of the cell wall, we could easily see that it has following parts. The middle lamella, I have shown you that this is the outermost layer, and inner to it is primary cell wall and secondary cell wall, which is having three layers, S1, S2 and S3, and inner to it is tertiary cell wall, the innermost layer. तो अगर हम लोकेशन देखें सेल वॉल का तो क्या होगा, सबसे पहले सेल को अगर हम देखें तो आउटर मोस्ट जो बाउंड्री है, जो लेयर है जो कि फ्री सेल में नहीं दिखाई देती, वो होती है मिडिल लैमेला। वो सीमेंटिंग लेयर होता है जो दो लेटरल सेल्स को जोड़ता है। इसके अंदर आपकी अब प्राइमरी सेल वॉल दिखाई देगी जो कि सब सेल में प्रेजेंट होगी प्लांट सेल में, और सेकेंडरी सेल वॉल जो S1 S2 S3 लेयर की होती है जो कुछ स्पेशलाइज सेल्स में होती है, और टर्शरी सेल वॉल जो इनर मोस्ट होती है, अभी आपको मैंने फिगर में दिखाया था, एंड दैट कुड बी द आउटर मोस्ट डिपोजिटेड एंड ड्रायर मास ऑफ द साइटोप्लाज्म. So we will discuss one by one. The middle lamella, outermost layer, outermost thin amorphous cementing layer of plant cell which connects two plant cells. ये पहली लेयर होती है. This is the first layer deposited at the time of cytokinesis. जब सेल डिवीजन की आप स्टेजेस देखते हैं तो क्या होता है, न्यूक्लियर डिवीज़न होता है और साइटोप्लाज्म का डिवीज़न होता है. सिर्फ न्यूक्लियर डिवीज़न के होने के बाद आपकी कहानी ख़त्म नहीं होती. डेफिनेटली देयर शुड बी द डिवीज़न ऑफ द साइटोप्लाज्म इन ऑर्डर टू कन्वर्ट द पेरेंटल सेल इनटू डॉटर सेल्स. सो दिस इज द फर्स्ट लेयर डिपोजिटेड एट द टाइम ऑफ साइटोकाइनेसिस. वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द मिडल लैमेला. दिस इज एब्सेंट on outer surface of cells. The pectin of middle lamella dissolves in maturing fruits. फ्रूट जब मेच्योर होती है, मेच्योर होता है फ्रूट, तो उसका जो मिडल लैमेला होता है वो क्या होता है, डिज़ोल्व होके ख़त्म हो जाता है, और जिसकी वजह से जो हार्डनेस होती है उस पूरे फ्रूट में वो ख़त्म हो जाती है, और जो आपका फ्रूट होता है रैपेन फ्रूट वो सॉफ्ट हो जाता है. Inner to it is primary cell wall. This is first formed wall of the cell during early stages of growth and development. Growth and development की कहानी कहाँ से आई? We are talking about the zygote. The zygote that results after during the sexual reproduction grows, and that has the different stages of growth and development and differentiation. सिर्फ सेल डिवीजन होकर के कहानी ख़त्म नहीं हो सकती, बिकॉज इन ऑर्डर टू टेक द मेच्योर शेप ऑफ द बॉडी, प्लांट बॉडी, the dividing cells should be differentiated into different tissues, and these are known as different stages of growth and development and differentiation. So inner to middle lamella we are having the thin cell, a thin permeable anisotropic layer in all plant cells. This primary cell wall is present in all plant cells and 1 to 3 micrometer thick. This is elastic and extends with the growth of the cells. Mostly this is composed of cellulose and hemicellulose and pectin. In many roots, fleshy stems and leaves, the cells have only middle lamella and primary cell wall, and certain leaf and stem also have cutin and waxes as the covering and protecting layer, which makes primary cell wall impermeable. Primary wall of yeast and fungi has chitin. Secondary cell wall, it is inner to primary cell wall and is laid down when cell stops to elongate. It is only in certain mature and special cells. I have told you it is 5 to 10 micrometer thick, permeable, and lies near plasma membrane or tertiary wall. The tracheids of gymnosperm, vessel elements, fibers, collenchyma have concentric three layers S1, S2 and S3. Secondary wall. In secondary wall, the secondary wall is composed of compactly arranged macrofibrils. We are talking about the ultrastructure of the cell wall, that how this layer is actually made up of. So the secondary wall is composed of compactly arranged macrofibrils of cellulose, the chemical compound that is responsible for the formation and ultimate structure of the different layers of the cell wall. The compact macrofibril of cellulose may be sometimes has lignin in between. At certain places, the secondary wall is not deposited, and this empty space is called pits. Secondary wall should exist in the form of a continuous layer, but at certain points, this is not deposited and this empty layer is nothing but this is the pit. Tertiary cell wall. Some plant cells may have it. Below secondary wall, it is dried residue of protoplasm. Besides cellulose, this also has xylem. It is rarely present and is found in water-containing cells of gymnosperms. So now we will talk about the ultrastructure of the cell wall. When we see in detail the ultrastructure of the cell wall, just we got aware that the cell wall is actually having macrofibril like structure that is made up of cellulose units. So this is the arrangement of macrofibrils in primary and secondary cell wall. This is the case for the primary cell wall and this is the case for the secondary cell wall. So when we see the arrangement or ultrastructure of cell wall, we are having two parts, the matrix and the fibrils. Matrix, ground substance, and the fibrillar structure that is being impregnated and suspended in the matrix. So cell wall after maceration under electron microscope shows two main parts, the matrix and the fibrils. What is matrix? It is ground substance in which fibrils are embedded. You could see the fibrils. So what is matrix? Ground substance in which fibrils are embedded. It is amorphous in nature. You might have studied the text that I have given you, and is deposited with pectin, lignin, or hemicellulose. Now we will talk about the fibrils. Fibrils are made up of cellulose, and the cellulose molecules are polymers of disaccharide cellobiose having approximately 3000 glucose units arranged in a linear order. The cellulose molecules are arranged linearly in a definite longitudinal bundles called macrofibrils. Macrofibrils, you could see the macrofibrils. This entire structure is the macrofibril, and the diameter of macrofibril is 50 nanometer. Macrofibril fiber has a diameter of 50 nanometer. This is actually consists of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 microfibrils. What are these? These are the longitudinally arranged microfibrils, and a macrofibril having microfibrils units. You could see these are the microfibril units. And when we consider a single microfibril, the diameter of the single microfibril is 10 nanometer, and this microfibril, this is the first layer, first level, consists of microfibrils. Each microfibril has a diameter of 10 nanometer. When we see the detailed structure of microfibril, this is made up of micelles, the third level. So macrofibril, then microfibril, each microfibril with micelles, and each micelle is having cellulose molecule. Several cellulose molecules within a micelles are arranged, and these are irregularly scattered. So macrofibril is consist of microfibril. Each macrofibril is consist of microfibril. Each microfibril is consist of micelles, and each micelle has several cellulose molecules within a micelle which are irregularly scattered. This is the organization of the cellulose in different levels in the cell wall. So macrofibrils are 10 to 150 angstrom in diameter and 1 micron long. These are often flattened and are in the form of a mesh work of approximately 250 thread-like structures called microfibrils. Each microfibril with 20 micelles, each micelle with approximately 100 individual cellulose chains. These are irregularly scattered and loosely organized. The space between the microfibrils is occupied by other compounds of carbohydrates like and cutin, suberin, hemicellulose, pectin, and lignin, etc. The secondary wall is also same, but the cellulose microfibril of a macrofibril are more compact, and interfibrillar material is mainly lignin. This is the basic difference between the primary cell wall and secondary cell wall layer. And in case of secondary cell wall layer, microfibrils are parallel and compact. Now, after the ultrastructure of the cell wall, we could see the different type of thickening of the cell wall depending on the nature on and the function of the cells. We could see the different type of thickening of the cell wall, that is annular, spiral, scleriform, reticulate, pitted, etc. So the function of uh, depending on the nature and its organization and its function, this could have following type of thickenings. Now we will talk about the plasmodesmata. These are the connections between the plasma membrane of lateral or adjacent cells. Their connecting fibrils. Tonofibrils may originate from the cytoplasm. You could see plasmodesmata, medullary lamella cell wall, the plasmodesmata may originate from the cytoplasm and extend through the pores in cell wall, disposed perpendicular to the plasma membrane. The cytoplasm of adjacent cells is continuous at plasmodesmata. You could see. These are button-like local thickening from which fine filaments radiate out into the cytoplasm. Now, what is the origin pattern of the cell wall? New cell wall and middle lamella are formed from endoplasmic reticulum at the time of cell division. During the cell division, at the telophase stage, in center of the telophase cells, vesicles are formed, and this forms the cell plate. This forms the middle lamella, and in turn, concentric cellulose fibrils at both the sides of middle lamella are formed, and this results in a primary cell wall. And after this, cytoplasm forms plasma membrane at inner side of the cell wall. So this discussion is whole about the structure and organization of the cell wall, its thickening, and all the aspects. So in the next class we will discuss the new topic of the cell. Thank you.